Hello, on this episode of the Average Tabletop Gamers, I'm going to be having a quick look at the subway entrances from Micro Art Studios. Hello there, it's Sven here again with another quick review of some terrain that we've been sent from Micro Art Studios. So if you go back and watch the video that gone before this, which was where we looked at the Kokkyo-3 quarters building from Micro Art Studios, from their design from Infinity range, you'll see I did a full build through, and you can see I looked at all the different ways that they go together. So but this one here we're looking at is going to be the subway entrances from the Kokkyo-3 setup. So that is, I'll just show you the actual, so that's what we've got. Actually, I'll show you the actual models, because I've already built these, because as I said earlier, if you want to see them built previously, go and check the video. There'll be a link up here somewhere that you can click on to take you to that video. But let's have a quick look at these now. Okay, so what we've got here in this set was we got two subway entrances, and as you can see, they've got some lovely detail on them. So you get a pair of them, and what's nice is, so again, this is the pre-painted MDF or HDF scenery, so that it's already kind of done for you, and all I had to do was build it. It did mean, as I said, I was doing the build of the quarters, that I had to be a little bit more careful when I was building them with the glue, because I don't want to get too much overspill on there. And I think, you know, as much as these are pre-painted, after I've built a few bits of them now, you know, they're very clean. You could do a bit of more weathering on them if you want to, or if you wanted to, you could just touch up these areas here a bit, you know, where the joins are, where I've filed off some of the sprue, some of the frame. But actually, you know, for the sake of this, the subway set was quite easy to build. It probably took me, including a bit of drying time for the glue in between some of the steps, about 25-30 minutes to build these. So to be able to have a piece of terrain that you could buy and build and have it on your gaming table within an hour, I think is phenomenal. What's nice about these is, although they are pre-painted, and you'd imagine to get a set you would just get two of the same frame, what Micro Art Studio have done, which is quite nice, is they've actually made sure that when you get them, I don't know if you can see that there, so you've got a 66A and they give you a 26B. So actually, if you've got these as a pair of entrances on your table, you know, it's not out, they're not identical in terms of the numbering on them, and I'll show you some of the extra detail. I'll say that the attention to detail on these is great in terms of how much they give you. So, you know, it's a well themed and styled, and it does go well with the quarters buildings. So these ones here will set you back about, I think it's about £18, I think it is, that I looked on the website. So the website is in euros. However, when I looked at these, I did a quick calculation, and it turned out about £18 for these. Which I think, again, you know, I've seen kits similar size to this, unpainted kits, just plain MDF kits, for about the same price. So I think to get something which actually has already got that pre-done feature about it, and has all that extra detail. I mean, the interior detail, I don't know if you can actually see that interior detail. Let me get me more in the light, maybe. If you can see the interior detail that you're actually getting in there, I think it is absolutely phenomenal. So I did this with the quarters buildings, but I'll show it on this video as well, in terms of scaling. So I'll take one of our subway entrances here. So if we're going to be using this for Infinity, obviously it's designed for Infinity, so it's going to scale well with those figures. But in lieu of me having any of those, I'll look at some of the other systems that you could use these for. So for example, Warhammer 40,000. So I've got here an Inquisitor on one of the old 20mm bases or 25mm bases, and he scales really nicely well with it. Obviously, if you put something about a marine size in there, it is going to have that little bit of like size to it, so it is going to look a bit chunky next to it. But then I say next to your vehicles, you can really see the impact. So just having a dreadnought there, that you're going to get on the table. So it's actually going to provide a lot of cover, and it's going to give you a nice playing area to go around. So let's have a look now with some 28mm miniatures, which a lot of people out there are using. So Again here I'm going to use some of the Judge Dredd miniatures. So these are 28mm Judge Dredd miniatures from Warlord, and you can see there that they scale quite nicely. So actually, you know, you've got some nice detail there of having the ability to put some of your miniatures inside the subway station themselves, you know, or as I say, use them. And because of the detail that they've printed onto them, you know, you've got some step detail on the back, so you've got a few different levels of play, whether you want to be using the top and the back raised sections as well. So again, you've got some nice playable terrain for your table. So again, overall, I think I really like these bits of terrain, and because there are so many options available throughout this range, it does mean you could do some bits. So for example, this was a piece that I had left over from the quarters that I built. It's actually a little sign. Let me just take the paper off that there. So this is one of the pieces that was left over that I didn't use when I was building the quarters, and you know, I could quite easily have put that on the side there as well as a little advertising billboard, and that would look great on there. So as with the other Designed for Infinity sets that they do, I think these are available in a range of colours. I'll need to check that one with this one, because the paintwork for this one does say that it's available in just this beige, but the other ones do have the other colours on them, but I will check that. I mean, it might just be that this is quite a municipal colour. However, because the quarters that I got were also in that colour, you can see how nicely these all stack together, and you know, for the sake of a few quid, so that's like 30 quid's worth of scenery, and I've already got a nice little playing area there, a few little buildings that I can use. So it does blend in well with the other bits from the range, which, because it's all obviously been pre-painted for you, you don't need to worry about trying to get that to match every time, every building. And it means if in 6 months time you decide to throw some more money at Microwatt Studios to buy some more of this, you know that actually it's going to be printed the same style and the same way, and you're not going to be going back and colour matching what you'd done 6 months ago. So in summary for this kit, the subway entrances, I think for your money, again, you're going to get a great piece of scenery that will fit into most of your sci-fi based games, 28 to 32 mil kind of range, and it's going to give you a lot of playability on the table without the need to to paint it all and get it all themed in yourself. So if you are pretty much just looking to war game, you know, you're not really into the terrain. Some war gamers do see terrain as a necessary evil of being able to put their armies on the table, and so the terrain normally gets a little bit left behind, sometimes doesn't get the attention it needs. These are perfect, just because the fact is they're already pre-done. As I say, half-hour build, that's on the table. You can spend more time now painting up your armies. And as I say, for around about the £18 mark, I think, considering you're getting a set of 2 entrances, you know, if you've got any scenarios that require like anything where you've got hidden deployment or hidden setup, these are great for theming that as well, or just for objectives, of course. But yeah, thoroughly recommend these. It's another great product from Microwatt Studio Scenery, and it will go well with the other bits that we've got from them. As I say, the quarters. So remember, you can go and check out that video. I'll put the links at the end of this. I'll also put the links if you want to go and get yourself one of these. You can get yourself the link in below in the description, and grab yourself a set of these from Microwatt Studios store themselves. And remember to support us here at the Average Tabletop Gamers. So you can do that by clicking subscribe, hitting the notify bell so that you're told when we've got videos coming out. And you can go and like us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, which should be screaming along the bottom of the screen right there now, so you can see our addresses for those. You can go and hang out in the Average Tabletop Gamers support group on Facebook, and obviously chat with other gamers, other terrain builders, other painters, etc. So for now, that's been my little quick 10-minute review of the subway entrances from Micro Art Studio, from their Design for Infinity range. Big thumbs up from us here, and can't wait to see what they've got coming up in the pipeline next.